And through that questioning that's now going on, what are you learning about al-Qaeda specifically in Yemen?
We have known for a while that al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, which was a merger of al-Qaeda in Yemen and Saudi Arabia, had a number of senior operatives and individuals who were associated with Osama bin Laden in the past. Their focus had been on carrying out attacks in Yemen against our embassy about a year and a half ago, in Saudi Arabia, an attempted assassination against the senior counterterrorism official within the Saudi government. And that's where their focus was. What we are now learning is that they have been determined, because of individuals who have been speaking out, Mr. Alaki and others, focusing on trying to carry out those attacks in the West, including in the homeland here. And we have had excellent cooperation from the Yemeni government. We're continuing to work very closely, and we believe we're now ahead of this curve.
Let me spend a couple of minutes on the proposed trial, civilian trial of 9/11 mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. If it's not going to be in New York, then where?
First of all, we have to remember that the priority is to bring this murderer to justice. That is what the victims of 9/11 and their families deserve. Clearly, we have to take into account the concerns that have been expressed by the state and the city of New York, as well as the sentiments of the Congress. But we are determined to bring him to justice. We are working with those individuals within Congress who are responsibly dealing with the situation, so that we can find the venue and making sure that we're able to move forward as quickly as possible, because this individual deserves the full weight of American justice.
The Attorney General has said failure is not an option in this case. Do you have any doubt in your mind that he will ultimately be executed by the United States?
I have no doubt that the American justice system will prevail, despite the claims and the criticisms of a lot of folks, including in Congress, that our judicial system is unable to handle these terrorists. I believe that our system of justice here is strong, and I'm not going to give al-Qaeda the victory of being able to overturn our system of jurisprudence here that is anchored in our Constitution and reflects our values as a people.
But are you confident he'll actually be executed?
I'm confident that he's going to have the full weight of American justice.
But is he getting all the due process? If the Attorney General says failure isn't an option, other White House officials have said he'll be executed, is this really the shining example of American jurisprudence?
It's going to be the shining example when he is brought to justice, and I'm convinced and confident that Mr. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed is going to meet his day in justice and before his maker.
In my remaining couple of minutes, I want to ask you about China and the espionage threat. China's got a very robust espionage program against the United States. We've seen what's taken place between Google pulling up stakes from the country. Dennis Blair, the Director of National Intelligence, said the attack on Google's servers from inside China were a wake-up call. He's warned about a cyber Pearl Harbor. How serious is this threat from China?
The threats and the vulnerabilities within the cyber domain are serious and significant. That's why President Obama has made it a primary focus of this administration. We now have a cybersecurity on board within the White House, Howard Schmidt. We're looking at these issues from the standpoint of espionage from governments, from different individuals, whether they be hackers or terrorist organizations. The opportunities to create problems within the cybersphere are significant, and this government is taking steps. It's a very complex and complicated challenge, but we're working very closely with the private sector. We're working very closely with the different instruments of government, as well as our foreign partners.
Is national security at risk here?
National security is something that is at risk, and that's why what we're trying to do is to ensure that our networks, our government networks, our private sector networks, have the ability to withstand these attempts to hack in and to conduct activities, whether it's stealing intellectual property rights, or whether it's trying to steal government secrets, or whether it's trying to cause problems or steal one's identity. And that's why this is a shared responsibility: government, private individuals, and private sector.
We will leave it there. Mr. Brennan, thank you very much, as always.